So I was talking to my homegirl yesterday and I told her I was feeling a little discouraged about some of the elements of my content, just a smidge. I'm in my head a lot. And full transparency, I've been sharing more of myself lately, not career strategy, income strategy, or life advice. I've been sharing more of my personality, my life, my thoughts, my actual journey through this whole process. Really, my life upgrading journey, as y'all know. I'm in the upgrade era and I'm sharing it with y'all. And there are times where, even though I've been consistent, I post some content and I feel like it doesn't perform the way I hoped it would. And so, when you're still a micro creator, which is someone who's under 5K followers on pretty much all platforms, it's really easy to look at the numbers and think, what am I doing? Is this actually working? The likes aren't liking, the reposts aren't reposting. And my friend basically had to snap me out of it. She was like, Gabby, you're making consistent income from this audience you have, though. There are people with larger audiences that can't even do that because people don't trust them with their money. And I was like, hold on, sister, you might be onto something. Okay, say more, say more. And she was like, you're literally getting clients from your content. You're getting clients from your content on Threads, on TikTok, on Twitter. People are buying from you and enrolling in your services. You're getting opportunities every week. You're literally helping people change their careers and their income in real time. And you're doing that without having a huge following. You're less than 5K across all platforms, and people are still engaging with you in that way, and that matters. And that completely shifted my perspective in that moment because she was right. My audience may still be relatively small, but people are exposed to who I am. They're getting to know what I know, and y'all are getting to benefit from that. Even if you don't purchase from me, I'm sharing something that is making you think, how can I approach this differently? And y'all are realizing that I can help you. So we all get in our heads at moments. And this is all because I've allowed my personality to exist alongside my expertise. So y'all are actually getting to know me, which then builds trust. And I've had people, just based on how I show up online, feel like I can help change whatever pain point they have that relates to what I provide. And that trust converts. So it made me realize that one of the most valuable things that you can build as a creator isn't just an audience, because people are doing that every day. It's really your identity. Because if 100K people see your content, but they can't tell you who you are, they don't know what you stand for, they don't know what you know, or it's limited to one lens and one subject matter, they're not necessarily going to know why they need to come back to you. Or they may just come back to you to be entertained, but you're not able to convert. And then at that point, are you building impact? What are you actually building? So like after that call, after that talk, I feel like I would rather have 4K people who understand my value versus people who just recognize my face or just want to be solely entertained by me. And of course, obviously, I want the 40K of followers because monetization. And we're getting there. But I'm only about 50 days into consistently creating content. And in those 50 days, my business has grown. My impact has grown. People are enrolling in the services that I have to provide. I'm making sales. I'm getting clients, and networking and B2B opportunities are coming in from my corporate consultancy as well. I've been posting across all platforms: LinkedIn, YouTube, IG, FB, and TikTok. And I'm getting more comfortable showing y'all who I actually am. So the point of all this is, no, I haven't built a massive platform yet, but I have built something that does convert. And I'm realizing that that's because people are getting a clear picture and a clear understanding of my identity and how that identity resonates with solutions for the pain points that they have. So people don't really just need to know your niche. They don't need to know mine. They need to understand who you are. They need to know your values, your perspective, your personality, all of that aligned with what you offer and how it can impact them. And those are the things that make your version of the information worth listening to versus just trying to push something down people's throat. Also, sharing your story, sharing people whose lives you've impacted, sharing their stories. And so this is what I'm focused on building. And I did have a moment. I'm human. Okay. I'm not superwoman, but I'm grateful for the people in my circle who remind me that when I get a little too caught up in the numbers or like the insights, the data, and the metrics, that they bring me back to reality. And so I've decided that I'm going to consistently show up for the next 3+ years to see just how far I can take this, because what I've accomplished already in these 50 days of consistent content, if that's what this looks like, I need to see what day 1,000 is going to look like, honestly. I hope this inspires somebody. I hope this encourages you. Don't just focus on the numbers. Really figure out what your identity is, because identity is what converts. And that's what I'm learning as a micro creator currently. Okay, talk soon. Bye.